welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Miss Buffy Summers, the iconic 90s fashion icon. So let's get into it. Buffy Summers, played by the lovely Miss Sarah Michelle Gellar, who was our 90s it girl and teen sensation, was a part of every iconic 90s movie and TV show. Sarah will always be one of my faves and someone that was a part of my childhood. Buffy was one of the most stylish 90s TV characters who set multiple trends. She was a feminine, girly badass who was slaying vampires and almost every young girl's favorite heroine. Buffy the Vampire Slayer aired in 1997 and quickly became a major hit, bringing in viewers by the millions, with its first debut season and 4 to 6 million viewers at the end of the series. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a spin-off from the movie in 1992 with the same title. Now, let's dive into the iconic fashion that was given to us by Miss Buffy Summers. The costume designer for Buffy was Cynthia Bergstrom, who had just completed the wardrobe for the first Scream film and had received a call to come on board to style Sarah, and was one of the few who was a fan of the Buffy movie, and said she just instinctively knew she would be costume designing the show. Before Cynthia came on board, the previous costume designer for season 1 was Susanna Puisto, who I think did an incredible job styling Sarah's character Buffy. I loved almost every piece she put her in for season 1, from the little clips in her hair to her cute little rings and mini skirts. It was just perfectly girly and what drew my attention to the show as a child. However, for season 2, Cynthia was hired as a costume designer and Susanna was let go for reasons that haven't been disclosed. But producers did tell Cynthia that they wanted the wardrobe to go in a different direction and be less vintage with a more fresh, cool, and hip style, and to be less girlish, which I actually loved and don't understand. But moving along, Sarah was heavily involved in how her character was dressed for the show, and it was a collaborative effort between her and Cynthia when it came to dressing her for Buffy. She knew what worked for her body and what didn't. She would inform Cynthia of the brands she liked, and Cynthia would in turn introduce her to new brands. Now, almost every role Sarah has taken on has always been stylish and serving looks, from I Know What You Did Last Summer, Cruel Intentions, Daphne in the Scooby-Doo movie. She just always had some of the best 90s looks. Buffy was one of my favorite teen TV shows that I watched, along with other 90s teen classics like Beverly Hills 90210, Moesha, Sister Sister, Saved by the Bell, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, and more. And like most young girls, I was always obsessed with the fashion worn by Buffy. She was feminine, girly, and she was beating down vampires while doing so. Buffy's style in the early seasons are like a mixture of the 60s, 70s style with a 90s twist to it, with the white pantyhose with flower patterns, pastel shift and mod style dresses. She wears mainly baby pink, blue, and soft purples, and wears her hair in full bouncy curls with layers and wispy bangs. Her style in the first 3 seasons are my favorite because of how classic yet modern her style was, especially with the little touches of 60s and 70s, like when she wears her hair in an updo with her bangs out, in a chiffon or satin scarf, or mini dresses topped off with her pastel cardigans. She was just 90s perfection, okay? Buffy had a petite 5'4" frame that looks good in clothes that don't swallow her. Although she wears long trench coats, they don't go past a certain length, which can take away from an outfit and look like a child playing dress up when wearing certain pieces. Buffy knew what looked best on her and flattered her figure. We all know it's not the 90s without a fancy hair clip in the shape of flowers, love hearts, or furry and fluffy, and some hair barrettes in a variety of colors and shapes, a metallic nail polish with a glitter, and some soft glam. The 90s was about individuality, although there were trends that were followed. People wore those trends different ways, and there was no one way to look, as is showcased on Buffy. Some people liked the grunge look, the boho look, hyper feminine, and some even liked to mix and match. Creating outfits was just so fun during this time, as well as the 2000s. Buffy came with the looks for 7 seasons of this show and made sure to be placed on best dressed lists and featured in every magazine, although she was just a TV character. She loved a good pair of shades as well, in different shapes, colors, and sizes. A lot of her wardrobe consisted of mini skirts, shimmery spaghetti strapped shirts, or thin strapped shirts with lace trimmings, leather jackets of course, because every 90s hero needs a leather jacket to go to war and fight off demons. Buffy was kind of like the teenage version of Rachel Green. I think they had very similar styles that I love. Rachel was just the more mature version, but both of them have timeless fashion that I still am in love with. She wore chunky knee-length boots that almost every girl in the 90s had a pair of, animal print clothing like giraffe, cheetah, zebra, and leopard. She was youthful yet elegant in her style. In later seasons, her style changes and adapts to the 2000s trends. However, the touches of Buffy are still there and she has her originality and individual style.
Costumes were a huge part of who she was and what she was experiencing at that moment. When you first meet her, she's this traditional Essential Valley girl, California girl that doesn't want the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she dressed accordingly. But as she accepted the power and the responsibility, her outfit sort of progressed with that. But Buffy was always fashionable. I think it was one of the first real female heroines that you saw who did not sacrifice fashion for killing.
What I loved so much about this show is that although Buffy isn't considered to be popular in school, they didn't dress her down. They kept her fashionable and up to date with her wardrobe. Also Cordy. Cordy came with the looks every single time, and I will be doing a video on her as well. Buffy wore high-end designers like Marnie, Mason Margiela, Alberto Ferretti, Hyder, Ackerman, and more. A lot of her pieces were also handmade by costume designer Cynthia Bergstrom, like her red homecoming gown that was inspired by Isaac Mizrahi. In the beginning of the series, Buffy is trying to figure out who she is and where her place is and how she fits in. She essentially is just a valley girl who we just meet and has this innocent-like style to her that is reflected in her wardrobe with softer colors and subtle things like cupcakes and kittens on her t-shirts. As the series progresses, her colors become more mature and solid, although she does still pop in colors and blinged out accessories. She adds more length to her skirts and opts for warmer colors like chocolates, deep blues, oranges, and reds, but she's still the same fashion icon, Miss Buffy Summers. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. I am thinking about doing a part 2, as I stated with my other videos. I want to go into and break down each episode and each outfit on different seasons. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. But I do plan on doing it because it's something that I'm really interested in, because there's not enough time to speak about all of the outfits from every single season in one video. So I will be doing some videos on certain seasons of different shows. But with that being said, this video has come to an end. Let me know below what are some of your favorite Buffy Summers outfits, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Liking helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to turn your notification bells on so that you're always notified when I upload, because sometimes the notifications can act kind of wonky. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Ta-ta!